Welcome everyone. Welcome to the Keeping It Real Conversation Show with your host, Camila, aka Sunshine. It is Tuesday, November 29th, 2022. We are almost out of here. We're almost in a new year. We are live on Twitch. We are live on my Facebook page. We are live on Twitch, Twitter, you name it, we're there. Find us, like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It is the name of the show, Keeping It Real Conversations with Sunshine. Please get this audience up. We want to go viral with this conversation. I have been waiting over a month now to be able to talk to this wonderful young lady that we have before us tonight. I'm going to get into her bio, then I'm going to let you know how we linked up, and then we're going to get into this wonderful conversation that we're going to have tonight. Savannah Jackson, born March 20th in 2010. She's 5'5", 125 pounds. Manchester Township Middle School, 7th grade class president. She's an athlete. She plays basketball for the Warriors and Team Swish. She's a track star for Manchester Township Middle School. She is an honor roll student who unfortunately has been handed obstacles at a young age. She lost her mom when she was 3 years old. She is raised solely by her father and believes hard work and dedication will get her to where she needs to be in life. Tonight, I want you guys to welcome Savannah Jackson to the show. Welcome, honey.
Hey guys. Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I can't complain. It's the evening time. I done did and punched and did my time at work. So now I'm at home relaxing and getting into this wonderful conversation with you.
Yep.
Now, like I said before, I have been waiting patiently for this date to show up so I can have this conversation with you. Now, we have someone in common who actually recommended me, um, you to me, which was again my big brother main event, aka better known as Wally Dixon. He told me that you are someone that I need to have a conversation with. And most people that he says usually are like the world needs to know. So, Miss Savannah, we talked off camera a little bit. How was your day at school today?
It was good. Same old. So just regular, but it's cool.
So, with you being in middle school, usually the conversation of, we get this a lot, starting in middle school. What do you want to do with your life? So, let me start there. What do you feel like is your way into this life?
I just want to focus on my basketball, my careers. I'm also trying to do track too. So trying to focus on getting there, getting big, getting rich for my dad, for my family, for everybody else that I love. Yeah.
So your goal is to use basketball or track and field or both as a career to make it big where you can actually take care of your dad.
Yeah.
Sounds fair. It sounds fair. So in the meantime, of course, we all know that the rules should be excel in your books first before you can actually get on the court or on a track and field um, ring. So I know that I read that you are an honor student. So tell me, what do you do to balance your schoolwork and your athletic things that you want to do?
So me, like, I also go out practice, but like you also, because like even my coach says like your student athlete, not an athletic student. So like he would always want us to study first. If we have to go extra help after, we be there by 3 instead of just coming there at 2:30 then going. So like he'll always encourage us to do school first, then focus on basketball. So if we need anything or help with our academic, then he'll just tell us to go to extra help and tell us to study, go home, do something like that, get your grades.
Absolutely. So right now you're carrying a what average are you doing right now?
A's and B's.
Okay. And which is really good. I know in my home, in order for me to do all the fun things, I had to do the academic part. And for me, I like school. So therefore, I accepted the challenge of excelling in the academic part as well as being an athlete as well. The good thing is, um, for you, knowing your capabilities right now is awesome. You don't have to wait until you're in high school to try to figure out what you want to do. What age did you know that you were athletic?
So probably like 7, 6, 7,
Hmm.
because my dad put me in this little rec program. At first, I didn't really want to do it because like I was like I don't even want to play basketball because I was the type of girl that wanted to do like gymnastics or cheer and stuff like that. So he put basketball in. I was like, why are you putting basketball on my stuff, Dad? I don't want to do this. Da, da, da. But as soon as I got on that court, I noticed that I was better and that I can get better at the game. So then I just started loving the game. Like, and I just knew that this is my way out.
Mm. So what position do you play?
Like a post or a small forward.
Okay. So and do you study outside of your sport? What do I mean by this? Do you watch the game?
Yeah, I
Um
mostly
do-
like college games because like sometimes they just like help me like figure out what moves I want to do, what moves I want to learn, type stuff like that.
which is good. Um and I know that your dad is when he says that you are hardworking and dedicated to your craft, dedicated to your family. Um that those are some good habits to have, of being dedicated and being a hard worker. Most of these things, when you're starting off early doing these things, it becomes a habit for you, which is good as an adult. Which is, being on time or actually being early, not just on time, but being early, giving it all you have, leaving it on the floor, even after school and you get home, you're watching the game, you're studying the game, you're trying to find out what works best for you. A lot of people don't have that tenacity. They really don't. Um, and so I commend you now on the things and the habits that you have now, which will take you a further along your journey or wherever God takes you in this life. So thank you for being who you are. It says a lot about you.
Yeah,
Um, so the good thing about basketball or even being on a track team, it is teamwork. Um, so tell me some things that you love about being on a team.
like I love to be with my girls. I love how we all work together. Like it's like we're a family. It's not even just like you're my friend, you're this player, you like no, it's not like that. Like they're like my whole family. Like I love them and like I just treat them more than just a team.
Absolutely. And that becomes Um, we used to say, the basketball gang. We were connected, not on just on the court, but outside of school, outside of just, and then we were old enough to do pickup games with other schools or our neighborhoods. And so it's a good thing to work together as a team. You're better as a team than just one person. I understand as are you into superheroes?
Not really, but my brother is.
Oh my goodness, honey. So I am definitely Marvel, DC, all the superheroes you could think of. I love them all. Why? Because most of them are born in different situations, right? And sometimes they don't know they already have powers. Sometimes it comes in the most awkward moments for them to find out that they have powers, or they're afraid to have those powers. So
Yeah.
when your dad told me that you were 3, my first initial thought was, wow, she has to be a superhero. She just doesn't know she's a superhero, right?
Yeah.
Not only are you strong and you're leading others, you have a brother to help and you're helping your dad. Only superheroes do things like that.
Yeah.
So in your moments, and you're still growing, how does it feel to be, um, or how do you feel, or your processing of not having your mom?
It's kind of hard because like I need a woman in my life, like to also help me through everything. And
Mm-hmm.
but like it's also like I'm not saying it's a good thing that she's not here, but like it's all like my dad also teaches me how to be stronger and like stuff like that. But like when it first happened, it was kind of crazy. But like yeah, I know she ain't mean that for that to happen, but like it was kind of hard at first. But now I just have to learn how to live with it and just to do better. Make sure I'm healthy and everything, and just provide for my dad.
Yeah, that. Oh my goodness! Like I said, when I first, when he mentioned it, it was like my heart like dropped, and it was like, what do I say? Like, what do I do? Because most of the time when we hear these type of superhero stories, it's always on the opposite side where we hear the woman raising the children and not the father raising the children by himself, right?
Yeah,
And so those moments again, it's encouraging for you to understand that you're not just normal.
yeah,
You're supernatural. You're a superhero. And for you to excel at what you do, there are so many people who have been in your situation and they're not excelling. They
yeah,
literally let life just stop for them. And for you to have a moment, even in your introduction, to say that, look, I have to do um, this, whatever this sport is, whatever this is, to make it where I can take care of my dad so I can help my brother. That is so unselfish that most kids don't think like that. So, again, I commend you on being the way you are. Is there a particular subject in school that you like the most?
uh, I kind of like social studies.
Mm.
Yeah, because I just like to learn about like history, how it was back then. So like, yeah, social studies.
So in your studying of social studies and learning about history, what is something that you can relate to this in 2022 to being a part of social history?
What do you mean by that, though?
Like, say for instance, back then when I was in school, they were always talking about, like, this is the time of Thanksgiving, so it was always about the pilgrims, it was always about the Indians and things of that nature. So now with it being 2022, a lot of the history books have been changed. A lot of things that were taught to us is not necessarily being the subjects that you guys are being taught. So, what is something that you feel like in 2022 is something relatable in your social studies?
I'm still kind of confused. So, like, are you trying to am I trying to tell you something like back then, like that was also related to now?
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Well, I mean, we still do learn about like pilgrims and everything, but I feel like we learned about that more in sixth grade than we learn about it now.
Okay.
So, like now, like in my social studies right now, we're learning about like Egyptian stuff and like stuff like that. We're working on timelines.
Okay.
Yeah, about the Egyptians. So yeah, we don't really like learn as much as we learned about pilgrims, Christopher Columbus, and everything in sixth grade. We don't learn about that much in seventh.
Okay. So let's go here with going forward into the future. And we know that you want to be a basketball player. We know that you want to be in track. In far as education part, what is something that you would want to do as far as um, like maybe be a teacher or something that has something to do with having your own business? Any of those?
Um, I would also say like I would probably be a lawyer.
Lawyer.
Yeah.
Now that's interesting. Now, I'm glad you said that. So, 2 weeks ago, a young lady that I graduated high school with has now been deemed a judge in our local court system. And one thing about me, if it's anything, a connection that needs to be made, some courses, whatever the case may be, I got you. Of course, she was a lawyer, and I have another friend who's going back to school to finish being a lawyer. And it's amazing the things that, or the stories they have told becoming a lawyer. And so again, do you, by any chance, do you know what type of lawyer you would want to be?
No, but like I would always say like if I ever failed at like basketball, track and field, then I would always like try my hardest to become a lawyer. But I never really like study like what type of lawyer I would.
Got you. Um, what is something that people will be surprised to know about you?
I'm not really sure because people know about me. Like my family's kind of just like knowable.
So is there like growing up for me, I can't stand beans. Like I hate beans, period. So I don't like them. So is there something like a food or a place that you just don't like, or something that you really like eating?
Oh, but like most people, like I hate olives. I don't know like if people like really eat them, but like I just don't like them. They just look weird to me. I never tried them, and they just stink. I just don't like them.
Well, I love olives. I do. And people think it's weird. Like I love pickles too.
Yeah, I like pickles. My dad buy.
So, what would your teammates say about you?
As if like what? Like my
You period.
my teammates, like, they love me. Like, they always calling me like kind. Like, they just all say I have a great personality. They just like love me being around. And like when I'm not there, they kind of just like get upset. They always blowing up my phone. Where are you? Why are you not here today? Like, coach has us running, sprinted. You better join in this now. Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So we talked about basketball. When did you know, or when did you fall in love with track?
Last year actually, because last year it was my first time doing track, and I just like no like I was good at it. I was like wow, like my coaches were like I got a coaches award. Like my coaches were saying I was good. I was winning races, first place. Like I was like wow, like I didn't even know I was that fast either. But each race I got faster and faster,
Mm-hmm.
and then they put me on a 1 by 4 I think in a relay race. And
Mm-hmm.
I was the fourth person, so like they was all counting on me
Yes.
to bring us home. So
Yes, that's normally how it goes.
yeah,
So last season was your first time on being with the track team.
yeah,
So do you like track is a little bit different than the basketball thing. Now there you can excel individually as well as collectively as a team. Which part of track and field do you like better, being in the individual races or as a relay team?
I really like the relay, like because I just like when people are like counting on me to do something and to take us to get us in first place. But like at first it'll be kind of like like I'll be nervous at first, but then I'll just be like okay I'm good. Like I'll just be confident. I'll just be like, all right, I'm good at this. I know I can do this. And then I do it.
Did you get a chance to watch any of this past Olympics?
Actually, no, because I was too focused on basketball.
I understand. Most of the time when I play sports, I was always watching like whatever sport I was playing. I watched the movies. I watched other people play it. For me, I like playing with the guys, which made me prove that I could keep up um, with playing with the guys. They didn't take it easy on me because I was a girl. I had to work hard to make sure that I could stay. And so I learned a lot from the guys on the team as well as from my neighborhood. So, do you get a chance to play with the opposite sex when it comes to your sports?
Yeah, every time we have practice for school, me and my friend Molly and my other friend Janice or Sienna, we would all go up to the boys, be like, "We want to verse you, like, come on." So yeah, they would not go easy on us at all. They'll be taking us to the rim, but that still shows us like we know their weaknesses and their strengths, so it'll help us.
Absolutely, and I would say I would recommend that to uh, we sometimes get comfortable because we feel like there's no real competition.
Yeah,
But we don't want to get the big head thinking that oh we'll never lose or whatever the case may be, and
yeah,
then you find yourself that you got to take it up another notch. You got to get better, your better version. So I know with track and field, with their taking your times, that is another way to better yourself. Like, oh, I did it this fast this time. Next time around, I'm gonna try to knock off some seconds off the next time I do it. And so those are some tips again. When I tell you the superhero inside of you, it it's illuminating from you because of the fact that you're not normal. And I don't mean not normal as being weird or strange or anything like that. When I say it, it's a positive, because everybody doesn't have that gift, right?
Yeah.
So I'm listening to you, and it's still all about your team. It's still all about making sure that our team wins. Whatever needs to be done, whatever I need to do for my team to make sure that we win. At what we call in the track world that you're the last leg.
Yeah.
So if somebody first, you know, might be neck and neck with their competition, and then it's handed off to the second, and maybe they got a little gap, and then the third one, it should get, further and further apart, but sometimes it doesn't. So I put my fastest, I put my best person last, so they can actually make up the difference
Yeah.
and win. So um it's a different ball game again, to be able to have a mind that you have at the age that you have in this moment in time is great, and it's awesome. So what would someone in your family members, what would they say about you, like your brother or your dad, what would they say about you?
My dad, he always pushes me hard. Yeah, he'll push me hard to be great. Like ever since I first started playing basketball, he been pushing me, making sure I go out, make sure I practice. He may yell, but that would just encourage me more. My brother, he's always there for me. He's always watching my games. He always come up, even if I have a bad game. My dad may be mad. My brother come up to me and be like, "Good game, Vanna. Good game. You did good." But then at the end of the day, my dad would still be proud of me, and he'll still say good job. He'll be a little upset if I don't have a great game, but he'll still be happy for me that I still did something, and he'll go through my good things that I did in the game, my bad things, and then he'll expect me to work on that.
Absolutely. And that's the part that I want to bring out. Um, because it's you guys, this is all you have. We do have outside, influences, but it's just something about that and his daughter. That relationship will forever. It's something about when you can look up to your dad, look up to you, and making sure that every avenue, every opportunity is given to you the way it needs to be done. If don't nobody has your back, your dad has your back. So how do you
Always.
feel about your dad being there for you in whatever you want to do?
Yeah, my dad always tell cause sometimes he'll be mad. He'll be like, "Do you really want to play basketball? You don't got to. It's okay." So I'll be like, "I do want to play basketball," cause he'll always sometimes he'll be joking, sometimes he won't. But when he be joking about it, he be like, "Savannah, I really, if you personally don't want to play basketball, then it's okay. I'll understand." And he'll always understand what I want to do, what I don't want to do, and I'll tell him. So yeah, when I told him about track, he was like, "You're doing track?" I was like, "Yeah, I wanna try it out." So then I started doing it.
I think all our parents really want for us is for us to be happy, for us to
Yeah,
have whatever tools we need to us to feel good about ourselves. Um, I'm glad that we're not in the cyber world of being bullied, because we know people who have been bullied by others. Um, in your class or in your school, have you had any encounters or people around you that have been bullied?
yeah, and it would sometimes be the same person getting bullied over and over again. And I just feel like it's not right because you don't know what that person's going through at home or whatever they're yeah maybe they're insecure about what you're making fun of. Like, it's just not right.
Absolutely. So have you came to anyone's rescue yet?
Like rescue somebody.
Yeah, from being bullied. We know what we're capable of doing.
Yeah,
And a lot of times, like we have feelings, and we know other people who have been bullied or being bullied. And for the superhero in me was, you're not going to keep doing this to this person.
yeah,
There was a particular story in our high school that somebody was being bullied and they committed suicide.
yeah. That's why I don't
And
like
so
it.
I took it. Yes, and so I took it personally that if I knew of any situations or anything like that, it wasn't going to go on around me. I was either going to do something myself, or I was going to get authorities involved, because again, they may not have felt comfortable going to someone or talking about it, because it can be embarrassing. It could be, whatever they're talking about or whatever the case may be, is probably trivial. It's not even that serious. I believe the person that committed suicide, they were making fun of their clothes, and they didn't know that their parents had just got laid off. So now those parents who just got laid off from school, I mean from work, now had to bury their child, which was a double whammy.
Yeah,
So um, let's talk about you being selected as the class president. Were you surprised?
yeah. My first year of sixth grade, I was like kind of nervous about it because me and my friend were like we were kind of neck and neck in it. Like I was like, oh my god, she's gonna win. Da, da, da. So yeah, but then when I heard my name on the speakers, I was like, wow, like I didn't even know I could do that. Like, and then my second year,
So,
I was,
mhm,
I was if I can do it once, I can do it again.
absolutely. So the first year, um, this was basically your peers choosing you, or did this come from the teachers?
My peers.
Okay. So that should have felt really, really good that the people that you're around every day chose you.
Hmm.
So as the president, what do you have to do as a class president?
Really, we try and raise money for like the homeless and like people that don't have stuff. So like we're planning on raising money because we're selling bingo boards right now and stuff like that. And we're planning on like raising money to get the homeless like Christmas gifts because Christmas is about to come around soon. So we're planning on getting that done. And then we're gonna sell candy grams and stuff like that to get more presents. Like we're trying to help those people.
Absolutely. Again, a heart of a champion, a heart of a superhero. I can't say enough um, that you have no selfish bone inside of you, and it's not normal. And I'm going to keep saying this over and over again to understand that um, it has to be commended, because a lot of times, unfortunately, we are in a self-absorbed world. A lot of stuff is about us, and it's not about other people. And so, even as you're leading as a president of your class, you are still making an example of what it means to be a true leader. A true leader is someone who is selfless and always looking to better the world, better their version of themselves, better the people around them. And I just did something not too long ago. Was it's called Meals on Wheels, where you go and you prep meals for the elderly to make sure that they have something to eat, not just for Thanksgiving, but on a day-to-day basis. And it was an awesome feeling to give of yourself.
Yeah.
Um, and so, how do you balance your life? How do you balance your schoolwork, um, the things that you're doing for your school, and the homeless and everyone around you, where you're not burnt out? What are you doing to balance yourself?
It's hard, but like it's not really hard at the time because I have my like dad, my brother, my friends, and all my family to help me. So like I would usually go to my dad. My dad would help me with my school. I have my vice president and my representatives. They'll help me with the presidency. I'll just work on my sports ball on my own.
I understand. So, we also brought up when we were off camera that you are actually in sports all year round, correct?
Yeah.
So, when do you have the moment to Savannah for herself?
Well, like I have practices. Like sometimes we don't have practices, but sometimes we will have practices. Like all my like we have like no days off type stuff. So like when I do have my days off, I would spend those days with my dad, or sometimes I'll go out with my friends and stuff. So it'll be some time.
Okay. Well, I want to make sure that you do have some time for yourself. Um, do you get a chance to, I don't know if you journal. Do you journal?
Not really.
So, for creatives or for those who are from positions of leaders, it's very important to journal. Is a way of stress relief, and it's
Yeah.
also a way to get your thoughts out on paper. As leaders, we're always 20 steps ahead, right? We're
Yeah.
not just living in this moment, we're 20 steps ahead. So sometimes it's good to get those thoughts out, um, so we can relax,
Yeah.
relax. Um, Sometimes, as your age is, I don't know if you guys have arcades, is, the bubble baths, is, what type of music? Do you listen to music?
Yeah.
So if it's listening to your music, to relax, because sometimes when we're in these moments, um, we put a lot of undue stress on ourselves.
Yeah.
So the good thing is, I believe when you're in a place of, look, I need to take a break.
Yeah.
So how is your sleeping habits?
I sleep good. Like I'm not saying like I sleep perfectly fine. Like I'm not really. I know what's on. I know what I do the next day. I'm all good. So
So do you have any hobbies outside of sports?
I draw sometimes.
You say you draw.
Yeah.
So I wish I could draw. I can't even do stick figures.
Yeah. My mom used to draw too. I guess she rubbed off on me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is really good. That again, um, as an outlet, I do color,
Yeah.
and that's my stress reliever. So I will buy coloring books, some colored pencils, and just let my imagination go to work.
Yeah.
And so, if you had a chance to go anywhere in the world, where would you want to go?
Florida.
What's in Florida?
Because I just miss going there. Like me and my dad, my brother when he was a baby, like we used to go to Florida just to have go to Disney World. Like the whole Jackson family would go to Florida, and we would all. So I just miss going there. And
Okay. So that's a memory for you going to uh, Florida.
yeah,
So um, we have talked about you as the leader, Savannah. We have talked about um, the goals of being a professional basketball player, um, being a professional track star, um, being a big sister, and being a great daughter. We have also talked about um, giving back to the community. We have talked about being in a space where you understand that I need time for myself. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to be a leader to all those who have different personalities, come from different backgrounds. Um, what is it? What is something that you could tell another teen of your age um, dealing with a loss of a loved one?
I mean, I would just like tell them like just to be strong. Like it's not that don't make that your downfall. Don't use that as an excuse for anything. Because like once that happens, once you start being like not like depressed or something about it, then that's it's gonna like make life harder. Then you're just gonna keep being like that. But that's gonna be a downfall if you just be like so. Just be strong.
Be strong. Have you had any counseling?
Like, well,
A professional counselor?
no,
So basically, during this time since you were 3, so now you have actually been just you and your dad walking things out.
yep,
And again, this is um, commendable. As an adult, I I lost my dad, who was my biggest cheerleader,
yeah,
and I didn't think at the time I didn't think I could live. I didn't want to,
yeah,
and as a grown up, I was out of it, and so I had to figure a way out to deal with the emotions of losing my biggest cheerleader,
yeah,
and I had to redefine myself several times over and over again. And one of the things that I had to do was remember the good times that I had with my dad.
yeah,
And I began to things that he shared with your, like you had your memories with your dad of going to Florida. We would take these trips and he would play certain artists like Earth, Fire, and all these different places and people. And I got back into that. And that helped me because now this was my thing that me and my dad shared together. Now it's mine. And
Yeah,
so I did go to counseling as well, which is nothing wrong with that, to be able to talk out my feelings of what was going on in my head, because life was different now. Life was different.
that's what my
So
dad
again,
doing. Cause
go
like
ahead.
it's not bad to talk to somebody about like what's going on. So like we were thinking about that, you know, like, about talking about like people to get it off your chest.
Yeah, it probably be a good thing. Again, we don't know. Sometimes when we hit certain walls in life, that we hold it down, so we don't want to deal with it. You know,
Hmm.
um, of course, in the perfect world, we will want all of our loved ones to stay with us. So it's not always easy to go through that. And again, you're not by yourself. There's a village that is with you. Um, any moment, any time, any place, you have people who believe in you and want the best for you. And this was one of the stories that I wanted to bring out about you. Seeing your picture, and that was the first thing I saw. I didn't see someone who was broken and who didn't have help, or who um, was in the world by herself. I saw someone who is very fierce and would take numbers on anybody. And that's who showed up tonight. You have exceeded any previous thought that I had about you. Again, this superhero that I met tonight is beyond her age and beyond her beauty. You, um, and I always say this again, that you're not normal. You're super. You're supernatural. Everybody can't do what you have done and what you plan on doing. Um, just to also take this to another level, if you had to talk to another person, not just your age, but anyone, what would you say to them as advice for not giving up?
Um, I would be like not. Let me. Like my dad always told me, hard work, dedication. I would probably pass that on to them.
Hard work and dedication.
Yeah.
So before, um, did you already have this before sports?
Have
The hard work and dedication mindset.
yeah, my like when I was younger, every day before I went to school, my dad would be like, "Remember, hard work, dedication." Hard work, I'll say dedication every day when I went to school.
So you're basically living out the um, the affirmation that your dad set before you. Did you
Yeah,
realize that? He set the standard for you, and now you're walking out his standard,
yeah,
which is very powerful. So do I wanted to bring you on for those moments right there, but I want the world to know your name. Soon they won't have a choice but to know who Savannah Jackson is. Whatever you put your mind to, I believe you will actually succeed beyond what you thought that you were capable of doing. That's what superheroes do. We don't know all the time or in the beginning of what strength we really have or what power we really have. But in hard work and dedication comes the strength and the repetitive of how bad I am. I can lift a whole team on my shoulders. Everybody's not capable of doing that.
Yeah.
When my dad is having a bad day or having a moment, I will step in to make sure my dad is okay. You ain't got to tell me. I know you do. That's who you are. So, again, I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to sit down and have a conversation with me about you. It's easy.
Yeah.
I told you when we first talked, I said, you're in good hands. I'm not. Um, it's easy when you're talking about you and something you're passionate about.
Yeah.
So I get to meet another special human being who is special and supernatural like me. And you're in the beginning stages. So imagine what you'll be like in 10 years. What would you be like in 10 years from now? So maybe what I'll do, once we get to high school and we're finding out who we are, I'll come back and say, now, Savannah, is the time to come back on here and say what you're doing, how's life treating you, what team are you doing now, and what you're leading now, because I know you will be. Sitting back in the back seat, letting somebody else drive, that's not you.
Yeah. Nah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing the next chapters of what Savannah Jackson has to offer to the world. Are you?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go, and I will send the link to you. So, like I said, if you want your school, if you want to, I don't know what you want to do with it, but again, I was glad that I'm your first person that you sat down and have a conversation about your life, and this is records for the book. So, again, people, if you like this conversation, please like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Again, we have a special guest, another special guest who's in the family. On Thursday, we have SOS will be here Thursday at 7 p.m. right here on this station. Again, I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You are literally one person away, one advice away, and one help away from where you need to be in your destiny. Again, we had a conversation, a great time with Savannah Jackson tonight. Again, I will see you on Thursday with SOS. Peace.
Bye.